What's going on, comic book people? It's Jimmy C. It's been a while. I'm back. I wanted to make a video and I had some good stuff to talk about. And I actually got bullet points because, there's so many random things going on. And I wanted to hit on them all. I'll probably make a part 2 in a few days. But to start it off, so my job finally approved. The dudes get paternity leave, 2 weeks. So they approved this after I already had the baby. But the caveat is you got a 6-month leeway to use it. So even though I had the baby and then they approved it, anybody within 6 months of the window gets to use it. So I said, you know what? I was off all of December. I said, let me work and bust my butt like January, February, March. So I put in for the end of March. So like I'm closing up. I go back Monday. I'm like, I've had the greatest 2 weeks, just doing nothing, putzing around, hanging out with the baby and the wife. Because she's going back to work too. Her maternity leave is over. And it's just been a good time all around, even though it's been raining. But, all good things come to an end. But, like, I've been loving it. Yeah, use it or lose it. So I used it. Anyway, so you know what? Let's start with this. So, like, this is a beautiful title page I got from my good friend Nick. This is the issue where I've had this already. I'm showing you because I finally got the comic that goes along with it. So anyway, let me give you a little preface. This is the issue where Demon in the Bottle Part 2, where he finally falls off the wagon after the stress and like things going on wrong, fighting villains internally. So I found it on eBay and I bought it from the dude in Atlanta. Issue 167, that's the cover. I've actually had it. This is how much of a cheap bastard I am. I've had it in my basket for like over a month. It's a near mint copy, like super near mint, never been opened, going by what he wrote about it. And I'm like, you know what, I try to get like a near mint copy of every piece of art I own. Whatever book it is for the page or the cover, whatever. So I'm like, oh my god, like he's got it. He had it for $7 and $4 shipping, which $4 shipping. But you know what? If you buy more shit from him, it's still $4 shipping. And like I looked and looked and looked, and there was nothing else I wanted. And for the longest, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to pay $11 for a friggin' book from the early '80s, a Bronze Age like nonsense book. That's just how Jimmy C rolled. But anyway, on, and like it's sitting there, and I'm like, it's near mint, like never been opened. I'm like, you know what? How many times do people say that and stand by it? And I'm like, finally, I'm like, you know what? I got like $2 in eBay bucks. Screw it. I'm paying $9, and I'm buying the friggin' book, and that's that. So I got it, and like I have the amazing title page from it. I've been so careful with this book because like it's been touted as near mint, and like I'm gonna send it in. And it better come back a 9.8. Not against a guy, but just because I've been treating it with kid gloves. So what's going on? Let me show this too. Like, let's do double good news before like we get into like commentary and nonsense. So if you guys remember, I showed like the Dungeons and Dragons book. I got like, I got the bug. I got all into it. I will admit it. I got this one too. This is like the Monsters Guide. Normally I wouldn't get it. Like, I got the player's handbook. I got my fix. I have no one to go play with. So like, like there's a void. Like you want to go play. You want to play with somebody, but it's not like the Dungeons and Dragons people are just. You can just go meet them on the corner. So anyway, there's no one to go play with. I actually went and played with I played with a group once, but they live so far away. I'm like. And I went to go meet them because I just really wanted to play. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? It was a fucking 3-hour drive round trip. I said, you can't do this. It's ridiculous. So I told them, I'm sorry, I can't play with you anymore. Anyway, this was on sale. So I got this for $20. This is a $50 book. I said, you know what? It's on sale for $25. I got it for like 20. So Amazon sent it to me. It's pretty perfect. But like 20 of the pages from like... page 140 to 160, it was a little warped. Why, I don't know. But I called Amazon. I'm like, hey, I need a new copy. Blah blah blah. 20 of the pages are warped. It's not near mint. It's not brand new. They told me keep it, and they sent me a new one. So I got an extra one for sale. It's pretty crazy. I didn't even put it up yet. But you know, they do the right. Sometimes it's cheaper for them to just give you another one and shut you up and get some good you know, goodwill than to, you know, send it back or send you a new one and beep a boop. But anyway, so that's that. So I've been reading a lot of, you know, the comics from when I grew up, you know, 80s Marvel, this and that. So these are the old essentials I have. I got off my friend John for $5 a piece after I had to twist his arm. And then these are the new ones I bought off my good friend Stan, who I do a lot of deals with. So I got a Spidey. It's basically 20, 30 issues in the early 200s. Man, my God, like I never read them when I was growing up because it was before my time, you know, like 81 to 83. Peter Parker was like, he was like not a swinger, but he was like a man about town. Like, I forget her name, but like he was like, there was a girl all over him and she was playing with him. Let me see if I can find her name real fast because she's right here. He was playing with her. Yeah, this girl right here. Debbie Whitman. Debbie Whitman, that was a good girl, and Peter was playing her. You see, she was all over him. See, you never appreciate the one that wants you. But anyhow, I got that. I got Cap Volume 3. What's that covering? Issues 127 to 156. That's a golden time. And then I OD'd on the X-Men. I think this, yeah, this is 229 to 243, The Mutant Massacre. Then I got 180 to 198. That's a nice John Byrne run. You know what I do? Like, see, I hate reading on the computer, but like, you know, I don't want to just buy books, so like I download everything, Pirate Bay, this and that. But you know, like Stanley says, you know, it's like a breast. You just, some things you just gotta feel in your hand. I believe in it true. It's amen. Like, I hate spending money on books that like I just want to read and like I don't care about, but you know what? I hate reading them on the computer too. So like this is a happy medium but these, you know, these essentials go for like, they're all over the map because online or whatever. I paid $5 for every one of these. That's if I could get an essential for $5, I'm buying it. And then last but not least, I got this X-Men #2, and it's a Dark Phoenix run, which is going to be awesome to read. Like, granted, they're in black and white, but, you know, who gives a shit? Like, that's what the real artwork is. You know, honestly, I started buying these because to help identify artwork, because, you know, I'm all into the original artwork, and that's like black and white pages. Like, what better than that? But, you know, you start reading the books and, like, you get into it. I'm like, oh, man, I got to read the next one and the next one. So now I'm hooked and I'm buying all the essentials. But I'm only going to pay $5. I won't pay any more than that. What else is going on? I think I covered everything. But, oh, last but not least, I'll change it up so you guys have something to look at. So, you know, I'm on Instagram, and I started Instagram last year, the Instagram Secret Santa, and of course there had to be one friggin' bad apple. Out of 30 guys, everyone had a blast, everyone sent their books, got their books. There had to be one fucking Mama Luke who didn't send his books. And like, you know, I believe people. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, this and that, and like he kept writing back to me and the guy he's supposed to send the books, like, oh, I'm gonna send them, oh, sorry, beep a boop. And I'm like, okay, you know, he's having problems. And then, you know, it's fucking April already. We did this in January. January 15th was the deadline. So we're 3 months past, and we gave him a deadline in like February, March. So, you know, there came a point, the guy said, hey, he still hasn't sent it to me. Like, we gave him a bunch of shots. I'm not going to name his name on here because he's already been obliterated on Instagram, and he started writing me, and it was the full spectrum. I think the guy's bipolar, he's nuts, or like, he's got fucking problems, but you know what? In life, if you agree to like send books, I don't care what problems you have. Unless you're paraplegic or you just got stricken with like stage 4 cancer, you can fucking get your ass to the post office and throw fucking a few books in an envelope with cardboard, wrapped properly, and send them out. Otherwise, I don't care if you're getting divorced, your wife left you, she cheated on you, your baby hates you. I don't want to hear it, because I told the guy, listen, I'm not your babysitter. Send the guy fucking books and end the story. Otherwise, everyone's going to hate you, and you can't do anything on Instagram. Like, It's like ridiculous. And like the guy's in the army, like you think like he knows like, you know, the proper thing to do, honor, respect, or whatever. Because he kept playing the army card, like, oh, like, okay, you're in the army, but you know what? You send the guy books, and that's it. So, like, I don't know. Like, I told the guy, you know what? It's over with. You're outed. 3 other guys in the Secret Santa sent the guy who didn't get anything books. So he's more than happy, even though he didn't want anything. He just wanted to let me know because he thought it was a great idea, and he didn't want to burden me, which was amazing. Like, it was good people all around, but, like, just one rotten apple. It was just so disheartening. Anyway, you know, I don't want to jam anyone's heads up. That's Jimmy C signing off. And I hope you guys are entertained. It's been a while. Got some Dungeons and Dragons. Look at those monsters. What's going on? I got some essentials. And that's it. Over and out. Happy Friday.